Hello there. How you doing? It's Monday, November 15th, 2021, and we are doing our usual thing on a Monday night. Fire, water, air, and earth. We take a look at four cards of the tarot and we interpret them and look at what it means for the four signs or four elements, I should say, of the zodiac: fire, water, air, and earth. We like to start out with a quote, and why don't we do that? Let's take a look at our quote here. Today it's from someone very famous. It's always from someone very famous, but this guy was named Charles Bukowski, very famous author and poet. And one of his quotes is, "You have to die a few times before you can really live." Deep stuff, huh? Well, what does he mean by that? Die a few times. Talking about ego death and maybe changing the way that we're living our lives, or changing the way we see the world. A lot of times we get caught up in things that we're doing and lives that may not have been meant for us, and ways of thinking that may not be serving us any further. So, in order for us to live the lives we're truly meant to be living, we have to die. Um, Hi, Denise. Nice to see you. So, let's take a look at the cards and see if there's telling us to die or change the way we're seeing something. So, as you see here, I've been shuffling this whole time, so they're pretty well mixed up. Let's take a look at fire, water, air, and earth. All right. So let's take a look at you fire signs. That would be the Aries, the Leos, and the Sagittarians. You have the lovers reversed. Let's take a look at it upright. One of the most beautiful, and I think everyone would agree, one of the most romantic cards that you can look at imagery wise, but meaning wise, it's associated with Gemini. And Gemini is very communicative and very talkative, communicative of ideas, communicative um, of emotions, communicative of concepts, very explanatory. Um, but for you, fire signs, you had it reversed. So, what's going on in your relationships or at work, or an aspect of life where you may not be communicating very well? Something's keeping you from um, saying something that needs to be said, something that um, has been on your mind probably for a while, but for whatever reason, you've been avoiding saying it, or talking to the person about it. It's time to stop doing that. It's time to um, remove the angel there. Usually, angels are a good thing, but in this case, the angel is keeping the man and the female apart. And in this case, it might be the thing that needs to die. You might need to um, stop that separation, stop those, whatever it is that's keeping the communication um, inside, and express it. So for you fire signs, it's a card of expression and it's a card of communication, something that you need to do that's been on your mind for a while. Now moving over to the water signs, that would be um, you Cancers, you Scorpios, and you Pisces. You've got the Chariot. The Chariot. Let's take a look at the Chariot upright. Chariot is associated with the sign of Cancer. which is ruled by the moon. And you can see on his shoulders there, he's got the moon going there. But this is the card of the mother. The mother is an important aspect here in Cancer. It's family, it's domesticity, it's nurturing, it's motherly love, it's all of the things that are associated with mothers. And as you can see there, you've got the two sphinx there. One is light and one is dark, and is inclusive of all the things um, that run the gamut of a relationship with your mom. So this one, when I pulled it out, it was reversed. Um, it's time to get to the bottom of the situation, get to the bottom of it, confront it um, within yourself. Um, you might want to let some things go. You might want to keep some things to yourself. Um, it's a waiting card. If you see the chariot is ready to go, but the sphinx are just sitting there. So it's a time of maybe reflecting and um, making sure that you're good, that everything is good inside yourself, inside your own heart. If you see there, he's got the square above his heart. So make sure your emotions are squared away. Make sure everything's good with you um, before you go talking to your mom or talking to the mother figure or nurturing feminine figure in your life. Make sure you're good. Make sure you know what you want to say and come at it in a um, kind and nurturing way. For you air signs, that would be you Libras, you Aquarians, and Gemini. You've got the Seven of Swords. Take a look at it upright. You've got a guy, he's kind of on the fringes of society and he's doing something sneaky. You air signs tend to be very intellectual and, for better or for worse, conniving. You can be conniving. You can see the situations, you can see the angles, you can see people's behavior and see what they're going to do. And oftentimes you can manipulate the situation to get to what you want. Um, in good ways and in bad ways. But this week, you had it reversed. So this might be indicating to do things a little bit more straightforwardly. Don't necessarily take the circuitous route in order to get what you want or to speak to the person that you want to speak to. It's being straightforward. It's being upfront, upright, and saying what you mean, meaning what you say, rather than saying something to get what you want and to manipulate the situation. So, air signs, be forthright, be honest, and say what you mean. And for you, earth signs, we've got the Five of Pentacles. And this is usually the card of hard times and financial loss. So for you earth signs, be extra careful in terms of any investments that you might be making. Be sure that there's a backup plan if something that you're trying out doesn't necessarily work out the way you thought it might. Um, and if you're in a really good situation in life and really good things are happening to you and have happened to you, and you're just in a really good swing of things, take a look around and see if there's anyone in your life who could use some help. Um, Earth signs, you're some of the most warm and comforting and well sought out people. Um, So be sure that if there's anyone in your life around you who needs a little bit of uh, your earthy groundedness and your stability, be sure that you're seeking them out and maybe giving them a hand, because it will be well received, and it feels good to do good things sometimes. So that's for you, earth signs. So that's it for fire, water, air, and earth this week. I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please send me a like, share it with your friends. Check out the description below if you're on YouTube, or check out my link tree on Instagram. I hope to see you again soon, and we'll take care. Bye.